Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. So in today's video I will be talking about 7 ways of how you can save money as a student, simply because next year we are going back to school and you need to go in with the right information of how to save money. So without further ado, let's just get into this video. Tip saving number 1, I wrote them down simply because I know I'm gonna forget some of them, but I really wanted to cover the most important one for you guys. So tip number 1 is you need to budget as soon as your allowance comes in. Okay, I know there's that little voice in your head that says, oh treat me, oh treat me, avoid it. Okay, I'm not saying don't spoil yourself, but you need to avoid it as much as you can, because that is going to give you extra expenses that you do not need while you are busy budgeting for things that you need. Okay, so you need to have a budget as soon as your allowance comes in. This actually covers your food. The most important things is your food, your utilities, your accommodation. I know some people, like, your parents will pay for your accommodation, or maybe you have a bursary, but if you are paying for your own accommodation, you need to have a budget for it, especially if your parents are sending you money for your accommodation, money for your food, money for your clothes, and money for everything. You need to have a budget for this. So number 1, you need to have a budget as soon as your allowance comes in. Number 2, don't shop when you are hungry. Okay, I don't think people understand this. When you are hungry, you don't shop. Okay, you cook. You cook with your flatmates, you cook with your roommate. If you stay alone, you cook. Avoid takeaways as much as you can, simply because they're going to save you a lot of money. That little 15 rand, 20 rand you buy for Sparkle every day is a lot when you count it up. So try and avoid that. Cook as many times as you can, cook as much as you can to save those little pennies. Remember, we are saving every penny. Okay, that is tip number 2. And tip number 3, get to know your discounts. Remember when your mother used to come back with papers from Checkers, ShopRite, Spar? Yes, this is you now. Okay, you need to know your discount. You need to know where what is, how much what is where. If I'm making sense, I am making sense, I know. So you need to know your discounts. Get those papers from ShopRite, Checkers, and Spar before you shop. Look at the prices, compare, and get to know discount. Okay, ShopRite has 10% off, Pick n Pay has 20% off, Spar has 15% off. This is where I'm buying. This is where I'm buying my groceries this month. You don't necessarily have to buy it at one place. You can, like, buy it at different places. And that's my tip number 3. Tip number 4, and some extra income. Okay, if your school allows you to get a part-time job, like your schedule allows you to get a part-time job, get a part-time job or sell something at school. What I did on my second year was I got a part-time. It was not really a part-time, but I was able to balance school and work. Okay, I was working as a waitress, and I would work, let's say, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because I used to work 5 days. I needed to work 5 days unless I asked someone else to work for me if I have, like, an exam or a test that I need to take, or an assignment that I need to submit. But, like, make means of getting an extra income despite the one that you get from your parents or from your bursary. So you can get a part-time job as a waitress at the bar, or you can sell sweets at school, sell what is needed. I know I used to see some people selling. They would be selling, like, snacks, the knickknacks, they'll be selling sweets. They are making extra income. Okay, and that extra income is gonna save them a lot. So that is my tip number 4. Tip number 5, this should be tip number 1. Do not rush into buying textbook. Guys, do not rush into buying textbooks, simply because not every module needs a textbook. Okay, not every module needs a textbook, so do not rush into buying them. I did that on my first year, and I spent like 3k buying 4 or 5 textbooks, I don't remember. So do not rush into buying textbooks. Just wait a bit. There are, like, software copies that you can get. You can visit the library more often. You can get second-hand textbooks. You do not need to always go to the bookshop to buy a book for 750 that you're gonna use for only 6 months or even 3 months. Okay, so do not rush into buying textbooks. Also, when you buy textbook, whether they are second-hand or what, please sell them again on the next semester if you're not using them. I know I had a textbook for HR and it was 650 at a bookshop, and then I used it for only 3 months because it was only for first semester, and second semester I had to get another book. So what I did was I sold it for half the price that I got it with, and then I got a lesser textbook. I had change right after selling that one that I bought for 650. So you see, make use of the library, make use of software copies. They also slides. I know that some teachers give in slides for students. So you can also use those because not every module needs a textbook. Okay, so that is gonna save you a lot of money. Tip number 5. Tip number 6. Buy, what do I want to say, buy necessary products. Buy necessary things. Do not buy things that you do not need. Okay, this goes to food, this goes to textbooks, clothes. You cannot just walk into every shop and buy whatever you need. That is not gonna work for you. Learn to discipline yourself when it comes to money. It's actually discipline. This tip is all about discipline. You need to be able to discipline yourself and say, okay, do I really need this? What saved me a lot, because I know the pressure when it comes to clothes, especially as ladies. What saved me was I used to download these apps like Mr. Price apps, the Fix, Cotton On, and all those. So what I would do is I would shop online without actually buying. So I would put everything that I like on the cart, and then maybe later that day or later that week I'd realize, oh my gosh, I did shop on Mr. Price, but did I really need this? No, I didn't. So imagine if I actually went there and I bought it instead of me buying it with my eyes online. Okay, so just do eye shopping. It's gonna save you a lot of money. And the last tip that I wanted to give you guys is avoid brands as well. Okay, when you buy food, for example, I bought like No Name from Pick n Pay, or I bought the ShopRite brand. It's not really that different from what you really want. Like your cool baked beans, if you want the brand cool, it's gonna cost you 16 rand, but if you want the ShopRite one, it's gonna cost you 8 rand or 10 rand. So that is the end of the video. I really hope that you guys liked it and you got some information on how to save money as a student. Please don't forget to subscribe down below, switch on the notification button so that you can be alert on every time I post videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also follow me on my social medias, they'll be somewhere here. I love you guys, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.